Hey, what up? I love it. I love it. I was just teaching theory. Love it. I love it. This is one of the best little tricks I learned in piano is how to find the 1 4 5 or you got your tonic and then you got your dominant chord right here. You can do that in any key too. And so you got your tonic, you also got your subdominant. So subdominant or the 4, and you got your dominant. And what are they calling the median? Is that the 3rd or is that the 6th? What's the median? Okay, so 3rd is the median, 6th is the submedian. Okay. When I took theory back in these days, I had no idea what was going on. That's why I'm so into it today, because it's like it was that like ego of like I must figure this out. I love it. So if you want to learn how to evoke emotion too, it's like feeling is a completely different element that honestly doesn't really get covered in theory, unfortunately. Because it's like, why does a certain note work better than others? And like a perfect example of a tie between theory and feeling was I was studying B.B. King yesterday. It was seeing how B.B. King, what he does is he'll play, rather than playing just a third, he'll take the second degree, he'll take the second rather than C D E F G, rather than just going like rather than just going like E F or whatever, he'll bend the D up to the E, which is a very specific note. You have to be right on pitch to hit that major third, and then he goes F G. So it's like, I don't know. I like that moment because it shows you this is why the third is so important. Like the third is like, it's kind of confusing because it's like you have two half steps in the middle of the scale. So the third can be like, is it the lead? It's like the leading tone for the F, which is like the, you know, anyways, yeah. So it's good. But anyways, listen to like some Chopin. Listen to like a lot of romantic music does that too. Listen to music that evokes emotion for you, and it's like piano is a very powerful instrument in that sense, but also it's like guitar I always liked because you can really implement. No, that the bending of the string thing is for guitar specifically. So I went on a BB King route, but just it was just I liked it because it was an example of like, you listen to BB King do that. Like that was just me analyzing BB King. So I was applying theory to what he's doing. But through that, I then kind of understood theory gives you the understanding of like, okay, so this is what they're doing. It's not just like voodoo. You're like, oh, they just did this. Okay, now you can do it in any key. Because once you understand where the tonic is, you can then just change the tonic and then keep that same relation. Because music is all just about relations to each other. It's about living in harmony, bro. B, C, B, C, G. Wait, so it's going B, C, B, C. Wait, what is it doing? It's going B, C, B, C, G. Creates a motion or B, C, B, C, lower G. Well, see, this is where theory gets kind of involved too, because it's like, it never resolves to the tonic. So then it's like, well, then what is the tonic? Because I see a lot of tonic resolution if it's in the key of C. So again, music can be like, you can have songs that transition to keys, or they can also be like dual nature, where it's like it's in the key of G, but also in the key of C, it's actually this. And then you can do like triple threat, where it's like in the key of C, it's this, but in the key of D, it would be this. And then that leads us to this next transition. So theory gets fucking weird, man. It turns into chess, and like it's like how many steps ahead can you think, but also it's like how many different labels can you put on this one thing that should only have one label. Yeah, so if it's A minor is the relative minor to C major. So A minor has A minor and C major are interchangeable. They share the exact same notes. The only thing is you could add like a G sharp to make it a leading tone into A minor. So yeah, dude, that's what I'm dealing with. This is why I teach like basics. I was just dealing with this with a student earlier today. Is like I was telling her, because she teaches French. I was like, this is kind of how music works. It's like you learn French and you learn like like you learn like un, deux, trois, or whatever, 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's those words. But then like next week they tell you like, okay, 1, 2, 3, you could also say this to say 1, 2, 3. And then the next week they tell you, well, you could also say this to say 1, 2, 3. So now it's like you have three different ways of saying 1, 2, 3. And it's just like, wait, when do I use this one? It's like, no, they're all good. It's just like, so you end up just juggling all these definitions. And at the end of the day, it's just a fucking note. That's why it's like a lot of people say they don't even bother learning theory, because they just go, bro, I just want to play music. Like, let me just make music. And they kind of figure it out as they go. And you figure out on the job what works. You know what I mean? But also theory is nice because it's like you're saying like, oh my gosh, it doesn't go to the tonic. What the heck's going on? But if it's an A major, it's like if I see it going B, C, B, G or whatever, it's just like it does what's called modulation. So it's like for that moment, it's kind of highlighting C. You know what I mean? Or you just think about it like 2, 3, 2, 7. You know what I mean? But that's not really what's going on. It's going like 7, 1, 7, 1, 5, 7, 1, 7, 1, 5. which is much more strong. Everything's leading to that C. The 7 wants to go to the C, the G wants to go to the C. So that's how you can kind of know you've modulated a little bit. I'm not sure if that makes any sense. Yeah, again, yeah. So, dude, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, yeah. And I'm not trying to overwhelm you at all, but yeah, yeah. Just keep working on the basics and embrace the basics, and just know, like, just look up the definition for like how many labels, like how many symbols they use to connotate a major chord. It's like I can already think of it as like just like the just a capital letter, a capital MAJ, a capital M, a capital MA, a triangle. Like there's so many freaking just symbols that people choose to use when really, like, how many do we need? It gets a little confusing. So a lot of music is just like, if I'm being real, if I'm just being brutal, I think it's like honestly, I feel like a lot of Western music, at least, like the composers created and they were awesome and they just created this stuff and they put it down on paper and they were even improvising and stuff. And then you get people who like treat that piece of paper after the composer died gold, and like you cannot change it, and it's like you're sacrilegious if you change it, when in reality the composer was improvising, making changes all the time on that. So then you get these people like now 100 years down the line who claim to be complete experts on this, and then on this piece, and they should only play it the way they say they played, when in reality they're just putting their own spin on it and they're not even playing it the way the original composer played it. You know what I mean? So it's like this is where we kind of end up with in a lot of Western music, at least classical music, says it's like if you study with this teacher, you may play Beethoven a certain way. If you study with this teacher, you might play Beethoven another way, and but at the end of the day, like a C major chord is just going to be C E G. So what do you do with that? And a lot of people have been trying to answer that question for many years. So. I would say I would say with music, you got to kind of take rules with a grain of salt. Like the only thing that's true in music is, I would say, like what's on the record. You know what I mean? Like if it works on a record, like if it works, it's like I heard Paul Gilbert, who's a guitarist I like, to talk about that. He's just like, unless you can show me an example of the theory in a song, he's like, I don't care. He's like, it's just theory. So so just know that like you're gonna like, the more you get into theory, you're gonna put all these rules into your head. It's gonna hurt you. Um, so you have to kind of take it like as the tool it is. It's allowing you to kind of view things through another light. But if you start trying to be all like doctrine, like, no, this is the rule, it has to be this. If it's not this, it can't be that. Dude, your head's gonna explode. So good luck. It's just trust me, man. Yeah, like. Yeah, I remember I was working on Bach and I was doing like Bach's Prelude number 1, and I'm like, okay, cool, I got this. And then I tried learning his fugue number 1, because I was like, I have it in my ear. I know how it goes. I should be able to play this. I showed it to my teacher and I was like, what's going on with the fingering? And she says, don't even look at this. This is going to confuse the hell out of you, because it like, when you first start, it's like, you kind of map out where do you do crossovers. Everything's kind of just like nice and laid out. But like once you get into more advanced pieces, man, your fingers are like jellyfish. You're like just doing this all the time. You're like stretching out. You're doing this. You got to figure out exactly where to cross over. So it's like you have to have such a deep understanding of the basic rules that your fingers can kind of fall into them, because otherwise what's going to happen is you're going to start doing these crazy stretches. You're just going to end up with like carpal tunnel, or just hand issues. You're not going to be able to play. So there's a reason for the simple techniques, and there's also reasons for learning the basic theory, but just also, I guess what I'm getting at is, for every rule, like someone is breaking the rule. Like that's also part of it. They're meant to be broken. There's like we put rules, but like the rules are for Western European music for a set number of years. So it does not apply to all of music, because even those Western European music were stealing from other world music, which was breaking the rules left and right. So again, you kind of have to understand like what you're doing, because then it's like otherwise you turn into like what as they're referred into the music industry, jazz Nazis. You know what I mean? They're like, it has to be this. You follow an A flat 13 with a this, and if you don't, get out. So yeah, there's a lot of people who want to make rules, but rules are important too, because they allow us to kind of communicate together too. Yeah, that's my dad's went to conservatory, so yeah, and I have encountered it myself. But yeah, just trust me, you're gonna run into a lot of people who are really hung up on the rules, and just trust me, like, how fun are they to hang out with? I'm just no, I just mean like it's music, man. It's like it's beautiful. It's supposed to be fun. So again, rules are meant to be broken. All right, that's my spiel for the day. I'm gonna get off my soapbox. Toby Fox and Lily Lopez never heard music theory, and they've seen his gods in the industry. Exactly, dude. Like, you don't, like, Jimi Hendrix didn't know how to knew how to read music. I mean, he had perfect pitch, so that's good. But again, like, there's gonna be countless people who don't know anything about theory and making the music you want to create. So use theory as a tool. It's there as a tool to help you and kind of guide you, maybe if you get a little lost. But just be excited when, or like, I encourage you to see enjoyment and excitement when the rules break. Like, don't get like, oh my God, why is this not happening? Be like, oh, that's cool. Let me take note of that. I'll be ready for that next time. Because and again, it entirely depends on the genre, because the style of music you play too. Like, they're gonna have certain yes, this is like the theory behind it, but in this style we do this. We break the rule here. We do that. This is just how we do it. You know what I mean? And then that's how you stay true to that style. So, again, I guess what I'm really getting at is learn the basics, learn them so well that it's like ironclad, you know it. That way you know exactly when they're getting broken, and then maybe you can understand why did they break it. You know what I mean? Because, yeah. Because also it's like this is another thing I learned, because you're going from books. So another thing you want to realize if you're going from books, you got to realize that who is this book created for? Because for some people's hands, you might, depending on your hand size, you might be able to play like that. Some of these books are written for like 5-year-olds. So I was reading a book and it was telling me to like do a jump with my thumb, when it's like, nah, bro, I can like, I don't know. It's like I can do reaches probably a 5-year-old can't. So it's like they were telling me to like do that, and I was like, you mean I can just reach here though? So anyways, yeah. Genre wise, just honestly, I would say like the best tool is just listen to records. Just listen to music you want to live, you want to create, and then listen for things you like and start picking stuff out. That's the best. That's like the best thing you can do. Honestly, it's just like learn songs. But anyways, I do need to get out of here. I appreciate you, brother. I will be streaming more later. I kind of just ended up rambling here. I didn't really play piano here. I blame you. No, I'm just kidding. No, this is good stuff. I love the teaching aspect. I'm excited you're doing the theory. No, absolutely, dude. Anytime. It's always good to see you in here. It's always funny because it's always just like it's like a tag team. It's like some days it's you, and then like a few nights Psycat will be in the streams and stuff, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what Moltres is up to, and then I'm like, oh, okay. Like last night, it was funny. I hope you like that. I hope you like that Moltres song I did the other day. I like doing those guitar streams because I end up just like improvising stuff, and I was like, bro, that Moltres song was actually fucking awesome. I actually enjoyed that. He's like, when Moltres is here, we all get up and cheer. It was all just improvised, but afterwards I was like, I like that. That was good. We gotta do that. Do that more often. Yeah, we'll get you another one. This piano is incredible, though. This is like why I'm at this school. It's just to be able to play these pianos. No, this is a grand. Yeah, this is like a $300,000 piano. That's what I'm working with, baby. Right? Look at that. It's a beauty. All right, my dude, I'm going to sign off, but I will be on later. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Love chatting theory with you. So, yeah, I always feel like I get a little preachy with you. It's just because I care about you, and we've been talking about piano for so long. I really want to, see you succeed. I want to see you, enjoy the piano and continue and not get defeated. So it's like you'll say certain things, and I know you're like working from a book, so it's like I'll freak out because like as a teacher I'm just like it's like we're in a submarine or something and the red light started flashing, so that's why sometimes I just start like just going off. So I just want you to know it's all from a place of love. You're doing awesome, and I'm stoked for you, man. So yeah, no, I love that you're learning. I love that you're continuing with it. So again, if in any way I can be of service and help you along that path, that's what I'm here for. So so again, yeah, I don't ever want to sound like I'm like sounding like, I feel like I sound like I'm saying you're doing the wrong thing sometimes, and that's not what I mean at all. It's just kind of like, it's just, trust me, that's like there's very common threads with this path, and it's like I'll hear certain things. I'm like, bro, you're going down a bad path. Like, hold on. Like, you can go down that path, but you're just gonna end up right back where we are now. So if you continue down this track, you'll get where you want to go a little quicker. You know what I mean? But yeah. Anyways, all right, I'm gonna sign off. I will talk to you soon. Peace.